Hello meatbags, and thanks for clicking in. Today we're going to do a switch to kind of performance, just a few minutes of Super Meat Boy 3D, which has just been released today. Did have a quick go just a few months ago, but yeah, in a very handy way, I forgot to set the video recording. So let's go through it all again. So this is Team Meat's new platformer, known or renowned for their absolutely killer games. Prepare to die a lot, prepare to see lots of cartoony blood. But this is the first of their games which I believe is in 3D. Well, it is in 3D, but the first one that they've done in 3D. And we had Super Meat Boy, Super Meat Boy Run, was it? Super Meat Boy Forever. But here we go, here's the 3D equivalent of the games. Looking at the performance, the lovely tutorials, yes, they're going to bug. So looking at the performance, I mean, this is looking really solid for the Switch 2. I'll admit, when I first saw this on PC, I thought the Switch may struggle running this or might run at a 30 FPS cap, but no, looking at this, we seem to be getting very stable 60. Just noticed that band-aid there, so I'll just give it a quick little cheeky pickup. Now, I know I can do this in the time limit, so I'm going to at least show you one level where I get it within the A+ rating category. Let's have a look. Yeah, one more time. that jump let me down. And that's the thing about this, you know, Meat Boy is a very twitchy kind of platformer. You know, you've got to be precise with your jumps, doing silly things like that. You know, eats into your time. And there are obviously going to be people who are much better. Oh my goodness. 0.71 of a second off. I know I can do this. So yeah, I'm running through now. So these games are born of frustration. I mean, you have to have nerves of steel or patience of steel to, you know, get through this. You know what, I'm going to leave it there. 0.48 seconds off target time. That's fine. That's fine. I'll live with that. But yeah, games like this, N+, is there to really test your patience, but it really does finesse and hone your skills. I would recommend, if you are a veteran of the series or kind of platformers like this in general. Hey, look at that, A+. I'm going to restart that because I missed getting the band-aid. But, you know, if you're familiar with these types of games, I don't think there's any need to have your tutorials up. On my previous playthrough, where I failed the recording, one of the tutorials very kindly popped up on screen, and then when I clicked off the tutorial, landed me straight into A+ Saw, so I died instantly. So not very helpful in tutorial sense, but look at that, look at that. There we go. So I can finish levels. We've got the band-aids, so if you're not familiar with the game, band-aids do help with unlockables, so I wonder if, like in previous games, there are I wonder if there are the Dark World. I assume there is, so where you get the and I'm going to use this in air quotes, the easy version of the game. I really need to concentrate on that bit. Well, you do get the easy version of the game, which is what you're seeing on screen now, although I'd hardly say this is easy at this moment in time. The Dark Worlds just are the same levels, but on steroids, with more obstacles, more ways to die, more frustration, and you really need to be of sound mind, or someone who just completely absorbs themselves into the game to be able to pull off absolutely brilliant tricks which you're not going to see here. Go and look at some 14-year-olds Twitch or YouTube live play of this just to show you how bad I really am at this game. But look, you know, this is mainly focusing on the performance. You will see lots of deaths as well, so you'll see the formative bloodbaths. And just make it through that. Lovely. I'm just counting it as a win if we get through the levels, which we so far seem to be doing. But this is, as I say, World 1. Yeah, so very happy with the performance. I mean, I you know, for full transparency, I'm playing this through a capture card, so that's another excuse I can use to explain my bad performance. Another one could be it was daylight savings time the other week, or the other weekend, and still very jet lagged because of that. And I really don't want to use the excuse that I'm an old fart now, because that just kills me inside a little bit. I have to say, the translation to 3D from 2D seems to be handled well so far. I mean, look, this is early days, and I have a sense that later levels will have similar kind of camera challenges like that. So again, I don't think this game actually should have used a boost there. I don't think these games cheat you. Some games you can play them where you actually feel the game is cheated in terms of, you know, artificially making things difficult. Whereas what I typically find with Meat Boys, like games like this, games like Meat Boy and N+, you're fighting yourself. It's your inputs, your capabilities. Oh, that's not a secret bit I can run into. I thought there was then for a second. Yeah, you're fighting yourself, which is your own worst enemy, because it's entirely down to you to improve your skill set. I could have gone there, but I learnt from my mistake. Oh, I hate this bit. Don't know why, but it's panic inducing. There we go. Yep, told you. And so the only way you can actually do this is kind of to get through the levels is, unfortunately, the Dark Souls way of getting good. But unlike Dark Souls, you know, I don't think there's any upgrades that are going to help you. Or if you make silly mistakes like that, yeah, blame yourself. Ooh, just saved it there. To be honest with you, when I first saw the trailer of this, I thought, how's that going to work? Normally 3D platformers, you like sort of, well, really Mario's the standout. You obviously have your Crash Bandicoots, your Spyros. Probably lose a few people here by saying I hate Sonic 3D games. One exception being the second Sonic Generations. That was a good one. I just find those kind of games either take control out of your hand or the camera just really fouls you up. Whereas here it's so far seems to be okay. Silly mistakes like that are just completely my fault. So you can tell when I'm at a difficult bit, I go quiet and I'm really concentrating. There we go. Difficult for me, I should say. Where was I? Yeah, normal 3D platformers like Mario, they've really well designed the world, the cameras, and you're not fighting the system. You're actually, you know, enjoyable. While there are increasing skill levels in those games as well, you you're not cheated on those. And typically with Nintendo games as well, there are shortcuts. You know, you can use abilities. You can use abilities, as I say, which really, you know, helps carry players through the levels. Whereas you can see here, this is just, yeah, you know what? I'm not doing this well because I'm cup of tea deficient. There we go. Need more tea to power. In terms of input response, I mean, it's really great. It's really responsive. Looking at the yes, I did it. There we go. Really responsive. You know, it responds to the Twitch gameplay in terms of, you know, you've got that final finesse control. I am using the Pro Controller 2 as well, which you know, I prefer massively over Joy-Cons as well. Just got a really good hand feel, and it's really responsive as well. It's the right size, whereas the Joy-Cons, I think, for adults is always a bit of a squeeze to get through. You know, hand cramps, yes, those are real things these days when you get older. Well, lovely. Got through that first go, I think. This is where the pain starts setting in. So any bad jumping that you're seeing is basically me being really rubbish at the game. You know what, I'll come back for that bandage in another run. Yeah, I'm really, going to say I'm really enjoying this. Yes, it is a little bit frustrating, but you come into these games knowing that. Unless you're some super hotshot who can complete games in like 5 minutes, have already done speed runs, have already mastered every single secret. There's definitely a lot of longevity in this, and we're still only in the first world. You know, you're going to see ridiculous time. You're going to see ridiculous times on these things, aren't you? Some sort of silly shortcut where they boomerang towards the end, or they run through and just without stopping, i.e. not the way I'm playing it. Okay, cheeky. Wasn't really intending for that, but I'll take that as a win. Sometimes in these games as well, you really need to get the momentum up, and stopping like I'm doing is actually counterproductive. See there, if I was able to keep my speed up through the jumps rather than stopping, that's an easy way to go actually. I'd have probably cleared that. See, prime example there of my own fingers let me down, and there I decided to push Y again, so thank you fingers. Yep, so I am trying to boost, I keep pushing Y. And did it again. Probably why it takes me so long to finish games these days. Yeah, I've lost my rhythm now, that's what it is, that's my new excuse, lost my rhythm. This is definitely one of those games that makes you, for no reason whatsoever, sweat from your hands. Right. Can I do it? Yes, there we go. So look, we'll wrap it up there. So that's, as I say, a bit of a preview of Super Meat Boy. I might do some more streams, upload some more videos, but oh wow, that's a lot of times I got this wrong. Yeah, I'll probably do some more videos, see how it goes, review the performance, see if there's anything on later levels which are causing more headaches, more performance drops. But yeah, really liking it from first impressions. If you like this video, please do leave a like and subscribe, and leave any comments if there's any games that you would like me to test. But other than that, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video. Take care.